Having been defeated by the Germans during the Battle of Arnhem, a huge number of British paratroopers ended up in German captivity, and if you've ever seen the hit TV series Band of Brothers and are somewhat clued up on the battle, you may be aware that over 100 Allied soldiers escaped becoming POWs during Operation Pegasus, some weeks after the Battle of Arnhem ended. But did you know that a British paratrooper stayed in Arnhem until the city was eventually liberated in April 1945? This is the remarkable story of Robert Peatling. Robert Peatling was part of the 1st Divisional Provost Company. This unit were part of the military police, who were attached to the British 1st Airborne. Together with 9 other soldiers from his company, Peatling had been ordered to capture the local police headquarters in the middle of Arnhem city centre shortly after landing during the start of Operation Market Garden. His unit entered Arnhem with John Frost's 2nd Battalion before splitting off on their own and heading for the police station. At around 10:30 in the evening of the first day of the operation, the police station was taken over by Peatling's unit. They arrived with a number of German POWs they had captured and were greeted by the local police, some of whom were still in the station awaiting the British arrival into the city. On Monday, the 18th of September, the second day of the operation, the British paratroopers became somewhat concerned. The situation rapidly was becoming critical. Their radio didn't work and they ran low on food. The German prisoners of war were also becoming restless as the sound of the battle for the bridge raged nearby. As the hours went by, the paras in the police station wished to link up with John Frost's 2nd Battalion at the bridge, so they headed to the roof to gain a better vantage point. From the roof they saw a few Germans standing around the area. Enthusiastically, one of the paras fired a Sten gun at the Germans in the street. However, in doing so, they had given away their position to the Germans who remained in the town. Shortly after, a truck full of SS soldiers stopped in front of the police station. The Germans fired a hail of bullets at the police station and threw hand grenades inside in a short but frantic battle. A British paratrooper was killed, and the others, realising their situation was hopeless, surrendered. Not all of them did, however. After the quick gunfight, Robert Peatling had run into the attic of the police station, and that's where he hid. After 4 days, the small British force led by Frost at the bridge was overwhelmed, and the rest of the division was trapped in a small pocket near the river at Oosterbeek. Peatling remained in hiding in the attic of the police station for weeks, without anyone noticing he was there. He initially found food and water in the police station, and when this ran out, he broke into houses in the area under the cover of nightfall. Later, he was found by locals, who managed to smuggle him into a safe house. Peatling stayed in the safe house for 2 months, until the end of December 1944. Towards the end of December, he was smuggled out of the city by 2 resistance fighters to another hiding place. He was given a fake Ausweis that said he was a deaf, dumb electrician, a perfect alibi for a man who spoke no Dutch or German. Peatling managed to get out of the city without any problems, and he reached his new safe house near Barneveld thanks to the bravery of the Dutch resistance fighters. He stayed there until mid-April 1945, when he simply just walked towards the Allied armies that had liberated Arnhem. 7 months after landing, Operation Market Garden was finally over for Robert Peatling. He went on to survive the war and wrote a book, No Surrender at Arnhem, about his experiences during the battle and the war as a whole. It was published in 2004. Robert Peatling died on the 3rd of February 2007 at his home. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video on Robert Peatling and the Battle of Arnhem. I'll be bringing you some more Market Garden stuff over the coming days as it is Market Garden season. See you all very soon. Cheery bye.